Hey guys, and welcome to day 2 of Amping Up Your Manifestation. This week we're talking about 3 mistakes that people make, which creates them to get what they don't want instead of what they do want. And there are 3 common mistakes that people make. I make them too because they're so easily overlooked. But once you know what they are, it becomes easy to shift. So today is the second mistake people make and how to avoid making this so that you can manifest what you want, because the thing is, you are always manifesting. You're always manifesting. You're either manifesting what you want or you're manifesting what you don't want. So if you don't have everything that you want, and I'm sure this is probably going to include most of you, myself included. If you don't have everything that you want, the amount of money you want, the clients you want, the sales you want, the home you want, anything, then you're going to want to listen to this, because you might be making this mistake. And it is a simple fix. Sometimes it's not easy to do, but it is very simple. So yesterday I talked about mistake 1, and mistake 1 is focusing on the way things are. So that means you're looking at your current bank account. You're looking at your current calendar. You're looking at how many sales you have right now or how many clients you have right now. And the problem with that is that whatever you focus on grows. So if you don't like the way something is, then you're going to want to focus on the way you want it to be. So if you missed yesterday's live, go back and watch mistake number 1 to amp up your manifesting. And before I continue on, I should introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nikki Ganjemi, and I help you recondition your mind for success so you can be, do, and have whatever you desire. So mistake 2 that people make, which slows down the manifestation or blocks them from what they want to create. Ready? It's conflicting beliefs. So this is when you want something, but in the back of your mind or deep down in your soul or your heart, you really don't believe that you can have it. There's a conflict, and it's like the game tug of war. Did you ever play that game when you were a kid? You know, it's that constant where I want this, but I don't know if I know enough, or if I'm ready, or there's other people out there that are doing the same thing, and do I have what it takes, and all that stuff. It acts like that tug of war. And what is tug of war but resistance? Right? And when we want certain things, we cannot be in resistance. We've got to be open, we've got to allow, right? So here's an example that you might be able to relate to. Let's say you want to make more money. That's the goal. That's the desire, right? Who here wants to make more money? Whether you're in a business or a job, who would like to make more money? Put it in the chat below so I know. I know I do too. I think we all would like to make more. But let's just say the belief is that you don't like sales because you think that they're sleazy, or you're uncomfortable asking for the sale. There's a mismatch. There's the desire to want to make more money, but then at the same time, there's that resistance around sales. So there's that opposition, and that's that tug of war, which slows down your results, right? Does that make sense? Another example is, let's say you want to make a bigger impact. Let's say you've got a passion, you've got a message, and you know that you could help people, but there's a belief that imposter syndrome, like, well, who am I to do this? There are so many people who are more known and respected out there, and they're already doing this. So who's going to listen to me? Well, you know, that's an opposing belief. That's that tug of war. That's resistance. Because guess what? Yes, there's a lot of people that are going to be teaching the same things that you are. Look at me. There are tons of people that are teaching the same things I'm teaching, but guess what? They're not for everybody. What do we have? Over 7 billion people in the world. You're going to resonate with some and not with others. So you are unique. And there are people that do need to hear your message and that you can help, right? So it's when we get into alignment, when we have that belief and that expectation, that's where you start to manifest. Abraham Hicks, who I'm always talking about, I teach, part of my coaching is using law of attraction and the universal laws, but Abraham says, if you're not expecting it, you're not allowing it. I'm going to say that again because it is so important. If you're not expecting it, you're not allowing it. So what does this look like in real life? If you pick up the phone or you schedule a Zoom meeting and you're not expecting for the person to say yes to whatever you're selling, whether it's your product or your service, if you're not expecting it, you're not allowing it. That's where you end up getting the no's and the maybes and the I have to talk to my husbands, those common objections. So the thing that you want to do is you want to have the desire, of course, right? The desire comes first, but then it has to be backed by belief. So it's desire plus belief. And then that's the expectation that you have. And then when you have the expectation, now you're allowing the manifestation, and it happens more quickly and more easily. So let me know if this is making sense, you guys, and what is coming up for you. I'm going to share a quick story. I had a client who, she was making this mistake, as we all do. I'm not putting anybody down. I make this mistake too. It's very easy, especially if you're not aware of what you're thinking and how you're feeling. This is why I really promote mindfulness, which is just really being present to where your thoughts are and what you're feeling, because it makes all the difference in the world. But I had this client who wanted to make a bigger impact. She wanted to grow her business instead of treating it like a hobby, because that's how she felt. She said, Nikki, I feel like I quit my job and now I'm just fully in my business, but I've been treating it like a hobby and I don't want to do that anymore. But I feel like I'm lacking confidence and clarity. Who here feels that way sometimes? And again, I'm raising my hand too. We're not always feeling a sense of clarity. Sometimes there's some kind of a block that's preventing us from really seeing things. So this is how she felt. And so I worked with her in putting herself out there. She needed a system. That's what she was looking for. I need a system. I need some kind of organization and a process for putting myself out there. So I help her to host her own online event. So she does this big online event. It's a month long. She ends up growing her Facebook group from 20 people to over 200 people. And she ends up bringing 20 experts into her group. She's providing value. In the meantime, she's developing that know, like, and trust factor. And she said to me, Nikki, if you would have told me that this is what I would have been doing, I would have said no to you. She goes, because it would have scared me to death. She didn't believe that, what could I offer that's different from what everybody else is already doing? So we had to really get in there and we had to uncover those beliefs. We had to change the beliefs because they were just blocks. You don't realize, and I do this too, but we are so capable. You are so capable of so much, and really you are your own worst enemy. And that's the beauty of having a coach, which helps to hold you accountable and helps to guide you to see that there is so much that you can do. You can live so much bigger if you choose. And really the fear, it's just a story you're telling yourself. It's not real. It feels real, so I'm not going to discount it, but there is a way to process that fear, to work through those beliefs, and to get out there and do what you were called to do, because you are needed, right? You are needed. Say it. I am needed. I've got a purpose. I've got a passion, and people need to hear what I have to say. So that's what I love helping people do, is to really just bust through those beliefs. And it doesn't have to be uncomfortable, right? I make it fun and I make it comfortable. So anyway, this client that I'm talking about, she grew her group by 200 people. She hosted her event and she sold 3 spots in her group coaching program. So this is what's possible when you have beliefs that are in alignment with what you want. So that's the second mistake that I wanted to share with you, which is, let's see, day 1, we talked about the first mistake, which is focusing on how things are instead of on how you want them to be. What you focus on expands. So, bottom line, if you don't want what is happening to keep happening, you've got to move your attention. You've got to start looking at what you do want. Mistake number 2 is the conflicting beliefs. Whatever you want has to be backed by expectancy and belief that you can have it. And that's what I'm here to help you to do. So any question, I don't see any questions in the comments, but any questions you have, please let me know. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the third mistake that people make, which slows down the manifestation, and how you can amp up your manifesting abilities, because we are always manifesting. We are always. So why not do it with more intention, and why not start manifesting what you do want? I hope that this was helpful for you. Any questions you have, let me know. And then if not, have a fabulous day, everybody. Keep your focus on what you want. Believe in yourself. I have it on my wall behind me. It's my word. Believe. You can and you will. And I will see you tomorrow for the third mistake. Have a fabulous one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.